So here I am now in Alaska, trying to get a couple more parks off the list. I'm at 53 of 63, so this should knock off 3 more parks. I'm hoping to get Denali, Katmai, and Kenai Fjords. So then I will have 7 left to go by the time I get home next weekend. So the plane landed in Anchorage last night around 2 in the morning. So instead of getting a hotel for a couple hours of sleep, I decided to go ahead and try to sleep in the airport. Didn't get very great sleep. I think I got a couple short naps, but then I headed out, got my rental car, got some breakfast, and started driving up to Matanuska Glacier. And did a guided tour hike on that, and it turned out to be pretty cool. I mean, the weather's overcast and raining, and you can't really see anything. But that ice was amazing, and those blues were really popping as it was cloudy. So that was awesome. Well, I went to check in to get a ticket. They were telling me that they didn't have one available till the afternoon. And then she said, actually, I've got one. We've got an earlier time if you'd be up for it. I said, sure. It gets me up to Denali a little bit sooner. So I got down there, got my stuff and my helmet, and started getting ready to go. And the guide comes up and he's like, looked like it's just the 2 of us. And I was like, sweet. So I had a one-on-one private glacier tour today. That was pretty awesome. I was able to kind of go where we wanted to go, take my time getting pictures without people in them. That was pretty cool. I am now on my way to Denali. It's about a 4.5-hour drive from Matanuska. So I'm seeing patches of blue sky. I'm hoping once I round this corner and get back on the highway that there'll be a few more patches of sky, and I might even get lucky enough to see the mountain. My guide was telling me that yesterday you could see Denali, so I came a day too late. It's a darn art show that I was doing on Saturday, but if I hadn't had that art show, I would have been up here yesterday instead. I probably would have been up here Saturday. I've definitely seen Denali yesterday, that's for sure. So I'm getting some very moody pictures so far with just the low clouds and the overcastness. Hopefully the weather cooperates the rest of the trip and I at least get a couple keepers. I've got a few so far. So now I'm in Denali National Park. So this is number 54 technically. As you can see, there's some clouds back there. So I don't think I'll be seeing much of the peak today. Couldn't really see it yesterday either on the drive up. But I'm doing Horseshoe Lake now. I'll hike down to the river too while I'm here. I'll go up to the visitor center, get my annual pass because mine expired last month, check out the gift shop, and then I'll see about making plans for taking a flight down around the mountains. The only thing I'm worried about is our wonderful four-legged friends. I have never encountered a bear on the trail before, and I never want to encounter a bear on the trail. I don't have any bear spray yet. It's a wonderful brisk 35 degrees or something like that. So I think I might have to put my gloves on for a moment. But I'm glad I brought my jacket and hat. So this is not a terrible great morning, not a terrible bad morning either. I was hoping for some aurora Doesn't look like there's much activity in the forecast. Oh crap, I've got to hike all the way down there. All the way down there. And then to the river. That means I got to hike all the way back up. This is going to be a little bit more of a workout than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be a short, quick little hike under that spider web, which I'll probably catch on my way back. So here we are doing another park. Yay. So after getting back from Horseshoe Lake this morning, I called the flight tours place, and they had already booked the 10 o'clock, and since I wanted to get one of the tours with the lower light, because that's how most of the stuff looks the best, I didn't want to do a tour in the middle of the day. She told me that the choice was going to be easy, as their 10 o'clock for tomorrow morning was also booked, so that just left the 6 o'clock flight. And I said, well, sounds like a plan, sign me up. So since I didn't have to be to the airstrip till 5:30, I went ahead and got on the bus to go all the way up the road, well, halfway up the road, because that takes about 4.5–5 hours to do that. And that was phenomenal. Taking that bus up there, they just had a fresh coat of snow hit the alpine area, and that tundra was on fire with reds and yellows, and it was pretty spectacular with that fresh dusting of snow. So it was totally worth going up there today. When we got to the first pit stop, restroom break, whatever you want to call it, the bus driver couldn't get the bus to turn back on. It just wouldn't turn over. And so here I am thinking it took us 2 hours to get to that point. It's going to take another replacement bus another hour and a half to come up the road. And I ain't got time for that. I got the 6 p.m. flight. So thankfully, after about 15–20 minutes, he was able to get it started again. And then we got all the way up to the turnaround point and came back. Didn't see any wildlife. A little annoying, but those shots were great. Denali was visible for the most part. The north peak was clear. The south peak was kind of shrouded in some clouds still. But the mountain was out, so it was a good day. Then I got to Denali Air for my 6 p.m. flight, and that was incredible. The clouds were a little bit thicker than they were for the bus trip, but you could still see quite a lot. There was a lot of nice contrast. The ridges, the glaciers looked amazing. The rivers looked amazing. The tundra looked amazing from the sky. Denali was spectacular. The only downside was I started overheating really quickly and took up my hat. Started taking off my jacket, but by then it was too late. My window was already 2/3 of the way fogged over. The window behind me was all the way fogged over, and I couldn't get a clear shot when we were circling around Denali, and it was tilting the wing back to get a couple pictures of the glaciers, but I just couldn't use my window. So that's not the pilot's fault. It's only my fault for being slightly overdressed and not realizing I was getting warm. as quickly as I was. I did start to feel a little queasy, but I hadn't eaten all day, and that plane was moving a lot. I don't get motion sick, but I think it was because I just didn't have anything in my stomach. I had 2 candy bars and a small bowl of ice cream at the camp shop because ice cream was 50% off end of season. So I'll help them out. Toss them a couple of dollars. Get a few scoops of ice cream. So I tried to take a video of it just to kind of show how close we were coming. To the edge of Denali. It was impressive. I don't think I got too many good pictures. My settings on the camera were a little bit off. I didn't realize that. I changed them to try to get a sun flare, and then I didn't change the back, so I started getting really low shutter speeds, and like I said, that plane was bouncing, so that camera was moving. This morning started off a bit rough, a bit slow again. I didn't get to breakfast till 8:30, almost 9. I didn't catch a shuttle to come up to start my hike till after 10, and I didn't start my hike until after 11. I'm going to do the Savage Loop, the ridge and the river today, so it's about 6 miles, and then I wanted to do the Three Lakes Loop, Three Lakes Trail down on my way back to Anchorage. That was also 6 miles, so this could be a very late arrival back in Anchorage tonight, probably 10 o'clock or so, unless I get some really quick hiking in. This was a good time to come out here. Has some pretty unseasonably clear weather from what all the guides are saying, so I'll enjoy it while I can. Finally coming back down the other end of Savage River Ridge, and unfortunately it got all cloudy by the time I got to the top. I was hoping to get a nice panorama of the mountain range once I got up to the top. I should have done it when I was halfway up, because then clouds moved in and everything was shadowed and there was no contrast anymore, so missed opportunity. If I had not messed up this morning a couple of times with my schedule, I've been up there an hour and a half earlier and would have had the shot that I wanted. Oh gosh, I almost died, but I didn't, so missed opportunities. It looked amazing, so I just have to go with the memory of how awesome it was. Pictures don't always do everything justice, and it looked fantastic. So I've got the river to walk up and back, and I'll catch the shuttle, get back to the car, and then I might do the 3 lakes. I might not. Haven't decided. That's going to take me another 2 to 3 hours. I just haven't decided how late I want to get to the hotel tonight in Anchorage. So, we'll see.